Okay, so today we're diving into something kind of wild. Meta's Orion glasses.
Really interesting stuff.
Yeah, you know those bulky VR headsets? Imagine shrinking that down to like stylish glasses.
Right?
That's Orion. Like holographic AR, but right there, like blended with the real world.
Yeah, seamless.
So we've got YouTube reviews, presentations from Meta itself, even some skeptical takes, from the Snapchat spectacle side of things.
Mm.
And we're going to cut through all that hype, figure out, is Orion the real deal? How's this thing actually work? What's it like to use? And, the big question of what could this mean, down the line?
Absolutely.
So I was looking through these tech reviews, and I keep seeing silicon carbide lenses and neural wristband.
Yeah, it sounds like sci-fi almost.
It does, but this is like real tech, apparently.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty amazing how they're combining all these different technologies. Those silicon carbide lenses, they're actually grown like atom by atom.
Oh.
And they're etched with these like intricate structures that give you a way wider field of view than other AR glasses. Like we're talking 70 degrees, which is huge for AR.
That's got to be important for that immersive feeling, right?
Huge. And that neural wristband, you're basically controlling these holograms with, like, your mind. It picks up on those tiny electrical signals from your fingers.
So no more like waving your arms around to try to get something to work.
Exactly. They're really going for that, like, seamless integration, making the tech disappear so you can just focus on the experience. They even have this little wireless compute puck that handles all the processing power. Fits right in your pocket.
That's a far cry from like those old Google Glass things. Remember those?
Yeah, we've come a long way. But it seems like with Orion, they're really using both their VR knowledge and that partnership with Ray-Ban.
Right. Got to make them look cool.
Exactly. Going to make something that's both, technologically advanced, but also something you'd actually be seen wearing.
Right. Because it's one thing to make glasses that look cool, but can Orion deliver on the actual experience?
Yeah, because reading a spec sheet is totally different from actually feeling like you're interacting with these holograms.
For sure. And that's where these firsthand accounts get really interesting.
Yeah.
Like they keep using words like magic and mind-blowing.
Right, like they can't believe it.
One guy even said, he forgot he was wearing the glasses after a while. And it's like, reading about it is one thing, but hearing someone describe that feeling, like they're actually interacting with these holograms.
Right, like they're there in the room.
It makes you realize, this is what happens when you combine all this tech.
It all comes together.
The wide field of view, high frame rate, the hand tracking, it creates this sense of presence, which, everyone keeps talking about.
Presence, yeah.
It's like having, I don't know, like your phone, computer, entertainment system all rolled into one.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not this separate thing you have to check. It's just they're, part of how you see things.
Right, integrated.
And, oh man, that smoothie demo.
Oh, yeah.
This YouTuber, he points his glasses at a bunch of ingredients, just asks for a recipe, and boom, the AI identifies everything, tells him what to do.
No.
Imagine you're cooking, hands covered in flour. You don't have to fumble with your phone. You just ask your glasses.
That's what I'm saying. It just knows.
Or you're walking down the street, don't have to pull out your phone for directions. They just pop up.
Exactly.
But then it also makes you wonder, isn't there a risk of, I don't know, information overload with this?
That's the thing.
Because, we're already bombarded with notifications and stuff all day.
We are.
Will this just make it even harder to, disconnect?
Yeah, I mean, it's a valid concern. I know, even I catch myself scrolling through my phone sometimes when I should be doing something else.
Right.
But it seems like Meta's aware of that.
You think so?
Yeah, because remember how we kept saying presence and making the tech, unobtrusive?
All right, it's not supposed to be this big distracting thing.
Exactly. It's about enhancing our reality, not taking us out of it.
Yeah, that's a fine line.
It is, and that's why the whole user experience is so important.
Yeah.
I
guess it's not just about, cramming in features, but making it all feel, I don't know, natural.
Right, like an extension of how you already do things.
Because this feels different from, what Snapchat's doing with their AR glasses.
Totally different approach.
They're focused on those shared experiences and making it open to developers.
Yeah, they're building an ecosystem.
Whereas Meta seems to want more control over the whole experience.
Makes sense, right? I mean, look at their history.
Right. They want that polished, Apple-like thing.
Exactly.
And let's not forget the price difference here. Snapchat's glasses, developers can get them now, monthly fee.
Yeah, you can just sign up.
But Meta's Orion, it's going to be pricey when it comes out.
If it comes out, who knows?
Right.
It's a gamble, Are people willing to pay that much for AR?
It's like the early days of smartphones, right?
Mhm.
Expensive, but people saw the potential.
True. But smartphones, they solved a problem people already had.
Right, we were already carrying around phones,
Love that
cameras,
stuff.
and then smartphones combined it all.
Exactly.
AR glasses, it's like they're still figuring out what their purpose is,
Yeah, it's like, what problem are they solving?
And yet, when you hear these reviewers talk about their experiences, it's hard not to feel like there's something there, something big.
Oh, for sure. It's like they've seen the future.
Right. Like
Yeah.
how technology becomes so much more integrated into our lives.
Seamless. Intuitive.
And that could change everything. But what does that actually mean for us, like for society?
Right, because this isn't just about gadgets anymore.
Exactly. This is tech that could change how we live, how we work, how we interact with like the entire world. So we've talked about the tech, the experience, how companies are approaching this. But you're right. The big question is, what happens when this is everywhere? Like when these AR glasses aren't just for tech demos, but like how we experience the world.
It's kind of like, in those sci-fi movies where someone puts on these futuristic glasses.
Right. And suddenly.
And boom, information overload. Right.
Yeah.
Data streams, holograms, everything.
Exactly. But now it's not sci-fi. It's like actually happening.
Yeah. And that's where things get really interesting, but also kind of tricky.
Right. Because it changes everything.
Imagine you're walking through the woods, right? Your glasses, they don't just show you the trail. They're like identifying plants, showing you the weather from like 100 years ago.
Wow.
Projecting
God.
3D models of what it used to look like. It's amazing. But
That's so neat.
are we going to miss out on just like experiencing nature directly,
Just like, will we still stop to smell the roses if our glasses are showing us like the roses Wikipedia page?
Exactly. I know I get lost in my phone sometimes, miss what's right there.
Totally.
And then there's the whole privacy thing.
Oh, right. Because this is way more than just a phone.
Way more. It's recording everything you see, tracking your eye movements, maybe even reading your emotions. Who knows?
That's a lot of data.
A lot.
Yeah.
So it's like incredible potential, right? Education, connecting with people across the world.
Yeah.
Like they're right there.
Like that's powerful.
It is. But we got to be careful about the data, the potential for misuse, even like blurring the lines between what's real and what's not.
And how will this change how we interact, like in person? If we can just talk to a hologram of someone anytime.
Right. Will we even want to meet up in real life?
Will real life feel boring compared to like the AR version?
It makes you think.
It does. It reminds me of when social media first started. We were all so excited to connect online, but we didn't really think about like
The consequences.
exactly. And now look at us.
Still figuring it all out.
Right. So with AR, we have this chance to get ahead of it, to make sure it develops in a way that's like good for us.
We have to be proactive, set those boundaries, have those tough conversations now.
Think about ethics, data privacy, all of it.
Exactly. Because this isn't just the future of tech, it's the future of being human,
It is. So I guess, is Orion worth the hype? I don't know. It's too early to say.
I'm too early.
But it definitely shows us what's possible, both the good and, the stuff we got to watch out for.
For sure. It's exciting, but we got to be thoughtful about it.
Exactly. Well, that's our deep dive into Meta's Orion glasses. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Keep exploring, keep asking those tough questions, and we'll see you next time.